Today I'm talking about a wonderful aquatic mammal called a manatee. I'm Rita Goldner and I'm a big fan of wildlife, doing research on wildlife and also drawing them. Drawing helps me learn about the particular animal I'm doing. And since this Wednesday is the last Wednesday in March, it's Manatee Appreciation Day every year. So let's just jump in the water and sketch a manatee. You'll just need a regular piece of white paper, computer paper is fine, and a red pencil, and also a regular number 2 black pencil. You could also use a black marker if you'd like, but you don't need it. You also won't need an eraser. In fact, I recommend against it because it'll just confuse the sketch. Now I have a reference photo of a manatee, and you can get a copy of that same photo copyright free on my website. And I'm just making shapes with a red pencil. It doesn't necessarily have to be a body part like a flipper or a tail or a face. Don't think of it that way. Just think of it as an oval, square, a line, a circle, a mark, and you'll just be making shapes as you go along. I try to give you the impression that these ovals that make up the body, one is in front of the other. The one that is by his shoulders is closer to you than the one that's by his tail. So I made a series of ovals. And since we're not erasing, I'm just going to put a little red cross on the parts of the oval that are behind another shape and that you're not supposed to see. Later, I'm going to redraw these same shapes on a good piece of paper while looking at this reference off to the side. While I'm doing this, I'm going to tell you some interesting facts about manatees. Even though they are a marine mammal, they're more closely related to an elephant than any other marine mammal. They share a common ancestor with an elephant, an aardvark, and a hyrax. A hyrax is a little small animal about the size of a gopher. They like to graze around and eat water vegetation, and they eat an average of 1/10 of their own weight every 24 hours. They sleep for up to 12 hours a day. Now you see I'm going over the red lines that I like and ignoring the ones that I don't like. And now I'm starting to transfer the shapes onto a good piece of watercolor paper. After I finish this final drawing, I'll transfer that onto a piece of watercolor or drawing paper without any of the red lines. But the red lines are not necessarily mistakes. They're just guidelines to let me know where to put my next line that I'm going to like better. Here's some more fun facts about this wonderful creature. They grow up to about 13 feet long and they can weigh up to 1,300 pounds. And strangely enough, their eyes open and close just like the lens on a camera in a circular motion rather than up and down like everybody else's eyes. They sometimes like to play by barrel rolling around or by body surfing. They can swim from ocean water to fresh river water and back again with no problem. It doesn't seem to matter to them whether the water is salty or fresh. They can't turn their heads like most other mammals because they don't have any vertebrae in their neck. So if they want to look around, they have to turn their whole body around. They usually travel around 5 miles an hour, but they can speed up if they want to and get up to 15 miles an hour in short bursts. Their average lifespan is about 40 years, but there was one old manatee that scientists recorded from the day he was born, and he died 2 days after his 69th birthday. This old manatee was called Snooty. Manatees have short flippers in the front, and each flipper has 3 or 4 nails, and their faces can be raised above the level of the water to look around. So early maritime explorers saw them and thought they were mermaids or called them mermaids. But when Christopher Columbus saw them and he caught a glimpse of them poking their faces up above the water, he said they're not so beautiful as they are said to be. Their faces have some masculine traits. So he didn't think they looked like mermaids, but other sailors did. Now you see I'm going back over this interim drawing with a black magic marker, and I'm just picking out the red lines that I like and ignoring the ones that I didn't like. I'm not calling those ones that I didn't like mistakes. I'm calling them guidelines. Now you see, when I made the entire head the first time around, I thought it looked too small. Even though it may have been in proportion to my picture, it still looked a little funny to me. So you can take artist's license and make something different from your photo reference. In this case, I made the head a little bit bigger than it looked in the photo. And when I'm finished, I transfer it to another piece of paper, and then I can paint it with a water scene. I hope you enjoyed learning some fun facts about manatees, and that you too will become a fan of these giant, gentle aquatic creatures, and a fan of all wildlife too. Thanks for watching, and if you enjoy this kind of video with the fun facts and the sketching and the research, then please subscribe to this YouTube channel and click on the little bell below so you'll be notified when I post a new video. Thanks again.